Okay, now of course we've gone through 4 states. We've predicted what's happening in Assam, in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, and of course in Puducherry as well. The question is, what's happening in West Bengal? And we're going to go this step by step. You want to first tell us the methodology?
No, but my first question is, check your nails now, okay, and check them 1 hour later, and tell me what you think about what you're about to see. And what we'll do and why we're doing this is break up West Bengal on a region by region basis, because when you start seeing the results, you will realize just how complex the result in West Bengal has been, because depending on where you go, the result is completely different. What that will throw up in the end, you're about to find out, but this is going to be, you know, more complex than an IPL match, I guarantee that. So here, first and foremost, is the methodology that we are following. This is a survey that's been conducted across the 292 assembly constituencies. We've actually gone to 294, but the results that you'll see are for 292 assembly constituencies, because in 2 seats, in Samserganj and in Jangipur, because of the death of the candidates, the elections were postponed. So the results you'll see are for 292. 63,610. 68% of the respondents are in rural areas, 32% are in urban areas. Our poll sample is adjusted for caste, for demography, for gender, to bring it as close to the actual numbers from West Bengal. That being said, Rajdeep, which region of West Bengal do you want to start with?
Okay,
first?
we're going to start region by region, because this is a fascinating election that perhaps could change as you move from region to region. And we are going to start with presidency, the old presidency of Bengal. And this includes North 24 Parganas, South 24 Parganas, Nadia, Howrah and Kolkata. And here, take a look. The TMC, 73 out of 108. The TMC has taken a big lead in the old presidency of West Bengal. In and around Kolkata, it is the TMC with 73.
This is also where the TMC did spectacularly well in 2019 and had won all the seats.
This is their bastion. The BJP, on the other hand, is 34 seats only out of the 108 here. Left has won, the once powerful left, and others are 0. So in her bastion of 24 North Parganas, 24 South Parganas, Nadia, Howrah, Kolkata, areas in and around Kolkata, the southern Bengal, it is the Trinamool Congress, 73 with 46% of the votes, versus the BJP, which is getting just 34 seats and 41%. So if this is a T20 match, clearly the Kolkata Knight Riders of Mamta Banerjee are scoring over the Delhi Capitals of Modi Shah in the first overs.
And that's a big, big start. It's like
big
a
start.
Solid, if this is a T20 match, you've just got your openers blazing away. You've now raced away to 73 for the Trinamool Congress out of the 108 seats of the presidency region. But
and traditionally, Rahul, it has been believed that you have to win in the presidency, or at least outside Kolkata. The left would not do well in Kolkata, but they would do well in, in Chobis Pargana, in North and South Chobis Pargana. Here, Mamta Banerjee needed to win this, because this is her bastion.
No, but here the BJP has made some dents. If I go back to 2019,
yes,
the BJP had won 27 of these 108 seats in the presidency.
So they've
now gone up to 34.
They've got a 7-seat gain compared to 2019. Good point, Rahul, I agree.
So the sense was, would they dip below where they were in 2019, or would they increase there? So they've gnawed away at some of the TMC's leads, but it's a big start. So if you look at presidency, big solid start for the Trinamool Congress. I now want to come to the next region.
You want to go to our guests to get a quick reaction, or you want to go region by region?
Let's go region by region.
Okay, we'll go region by region. So you go for the next one.
Okay, so let me pick, and I'm just trying to look at which region should we pick next. I want to pick next the region of Jalpaiguri. Because if you go to Jalpaiguri, and this is Cooch Behar, Jalpaiguri, Alipurduar, Darjeeling, Kalimpong, beautiful, amongst the most beautiful parts of our country, the tea-growing regions of West Bengal. If we go to the northern parts of West Bengal, out of the 27 seats, what do you think happened? All according to the India Today Access My India exit poll, seats were won by the BJP alliance. The Trinamool got Shunya Vata Sannata, 0. But this is also where in 2019 the BJP had swept, so it retains that. But the TMC was hoping to make some inroads into North Bengal. they don't seem to have been able to do that.
And we keep referring to 2019 because that's the last available data really that is authentic. Because 2016, the BJP swept out 1just3. In 2019, the BJP led in 121 segments, the TMC in 164. So remember, the TMC can go down maximum by 15-20 and the BJP needs to go up by 25. As Rahul said, they've gained 7, we believe, in the presidency. And here, more or less retain what they got in 2019. The TMC has not been able to add to its tally. So it's almost as if the TMC is stuck where it is in 2019. The BJP
No, it's a huge BJP wave in North Bengal.
And remember,
in the
this is
tea-growing estates.
This is area, tea-growing estates, a large Hindu population, ST population, SC population in some parts, in Alipurduar. And the BJP has focused its strategy in Bengal, interestingly, on an SC-ST, so-called subaltern Hindutva.
No, plus
and Hindi speaking also, a lot of these
and
parts.
the disconnect with the South. You know, the disconnect that people in the North had, that she's a South Bengal leader, and that it's about 800 kilometers away, she doesn't make as much of an effort, that she's largely concentrated her efforts in the South. So they
So
felt neglected.
we've already got 2 Bengals. Southern Bengal, where Mamata is the dominant leader. North Bengal, where the BJP is sweeping. So in a sense, you've got South versus North. And remember, together, we have now only total 135 seats. So there are almost still another 160 to go.
Should we go to Midinipur? Because this is where the election started out from. This is also where Suvendu Adhikari would make some difference, if at all. He did in Nandigram and across east and west Midinipur. So let's put out now, Rajdeep, the data for Midinipur.
And according to me, this is going to be the critical region if Mamata Banerjee has to win Bengal. And our numbers are showing Mamata Banerjee at 21 with 43% of the vote and the BJP with 34 at 46% of the vote. So again, areas in western Bengal, in the so-called Jungle Mahal district,
Bankura, Purulia,
Purulia, and these have the really large populations, particularly of SC/STs. And this is where the BJP grew. Jungle Mahal is where the BJP made its dent. There are areas bordering Jharkhand also here, and the BJP has worked at this part of rural Bengal. 34 to the BJP with 46% of the vote, 21 to the Trinamool with 43% of the vote. And to my mind, if Mamata Banerjee has to win, she has to reduce the gap here, because...
But this also, Rajdeep, is largely in line with what happened in 2019.
Yes,
Lok
but
Sabha
you see,
election.
what is happening is the BJP is holding on, right?
And gnawing away.
And gnawing away in parts of Bengal. And the Trinamool Congress is banking on the fact that they will do well in South and pick up in other areas. At the moment, they're doing reasonably well, more than reasonably well in the South, but not picking up as much as they want in other areas, if they want a clear victory. This is going, maybe, who knows, to a super over at this rate. I'm not predicting anything, but this is what it looks like.
I want to come now to the region where I believe the tightest elections were fought in West Bengal, and this is the region of Bardhaman. Because in the 54 seats of Bardhaman, which includes Hooghly, Purba Bardhaman, Birbhum, Paschim Bardhaman, the vote share gap between the BJP and the Trinamool is just 2%, 45 versus 43. It's the tightest election in all the regions of West Bengal. And here, India Today and Access My India are projecting that the BJP will get 36 leads, the TMC 18. And this is the most important from my perspective, because in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the Trinamool, the BJP had 24 seats, and here they're projected to bag 36. That's a gain of 12. So in presidency, the BJP has gained 7. In Bardhaman, they've gained 12. These are the regions where they're making, Rajdeep, the biggest
This is
gains.
the biggest setback so far for Mamata and the biggest gain for the BJP in this election. Some of these constituencies have gone to polls in this last round. Bardhaman went to polls today, and I think this was where the Trinamool was hoping to make gains, but this is also, along with southern Bengal, where there have been serious charges of cut money, of local leaders, like Anubrata Mandal of the TMC using their dadagiri. These are issues which the Trinamool has had to face. Is there anti-incumbency? Trinamool sources looking at these numbers will say, no, we are doing much better.
No, but
and it's a tight race, as you said, 2% within the margin of error.
Bardhaman, yeah.
Within the margin of error. We have to keep
so
that
there
in
is
mind.
Malda left, which
Yes.
is also a traditional Congress bastion, but we don't want to put out the results just yet. let's go across to all our pundits.
No, let's go to
hold the
Malda. Let's
suspense.
go to Malda.
No,
I
but
think- I
पता
think-
चल जाएगा फिर.
People are saying, Rajdeep and Rahul, will you please give us
We
the
will.
overall number?
Let's get
Okay.
initial result.
Okay.
Let's just get the ball rolling. We won't tell our viewers just yet because if you know what's happening in Malda, you know ultimately who's winning, or maybe you don't. But let's get initial reactions from all our guests. Kanchan Gupta is joining us on this broadcast. We've got Manisha Priyam joining us. Mahua Mitro joins us. Dr. Ajay Kumar Cohen joins us.